Welcome. As we are starting to let people in, um, once again, yes, hi, welcome to our open house. So we will be recording, by the way, just so you know, the first 30 minutes of this event, so we can share our program overview with those who couldn't make it. Just so you know, too, none of the breakout rooms or panels will be recorded. We won't be asking anyone, by the way, to turn on their cameras, but I would love if you would treat this as an in-person day, even though we're virtual. You're going to engage with our faculty, current students, our grad school deans are here, our grad school team is here. So once we do start engaging and meeting people, if you could turn on your cameras, that would be awesome. Okay, more people coming in. As people are coming in, actually, if you can in the chat, can you tell us where you're zooming in from? The country, the region, the city, anything you want to put in there? Let us know. Okay, cool. India, wow. We'd love to see where you all are zooming in from. Thank you for coming. Boston, some locals here, Carlsbad, San Diego. San Diego, ooh, Chicago, awesome. Florida, Bangladesh, San Marcos. Perfect. Well, we're really, really happy you're here. Okay, thanks for letting us know where you're joining us from. So once again, happy you're here. We're going to get started. As we get started, I am going to show you today's agenda. So here's the agenda for the rest of the session. We're starting here right in the beginning, introducing you to our deans. They're going to welcome you as well. And you can actually identify our deans and team of the grad school. We all have these red backgrounds. Oh, red backgrounds. Can I have our deans and our GSBS team wave just so that our prospective students know who's on the team? Awesome, thank you. So if you have any questions throughout the event, feel free to put it in the chat. You can message someone with one of these backgrounds or just put your question. At the end, we will have an admissions Q&A to go in depth into questions, but from now, you can also ask questions. It's totally fine. Okay, after that, we'll go over our PhD program. And then we will meet some faculty. We'll do a grad student meet and greet, have an alumni panel, and then, like I said, at the end, we'll close with an admissions Q&A. All right, so with that, without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to our dean. We have here right now Dr. Alessandra Sacco. So she's the dean of the graduate school. And Alessandra, can you kick us off and say a few welcoming words?
Of course. Thank you, Sarah, and really welcome everyone. I'm just going to give just a brief introduction of where I'm coming from. And so I come from Italy and I completed my studies in Italy. And then I came in the United States for a postdoc. And I've been in the Institute at Sanford, Burnham, Prebys for about 15 years. And for that amount of time, I've been involved in education. And I served as dean of the graduate program for the last 2 years. I'm really excited to see so many of you join our open house, and it's very exciting to see many of you committed to further enhancing your education by pursuing a PhD degree. A PhD degree is really like a journey I would define it as extraordinary professional and personal growth. And well, of course, in your research area, you learn about performing research, but most importantly, really develop your skills as critical thinking. So really not being satisfied by what is currently known, but actually asking new questions and then answering those questions and contributing to the knowledge that we have in that area. So today, this open house is meant for you is to learn about our own graduate program. And as this is a very important choice for you, selecting the school that best fits actually what you actually want to achieve by pursuing a PhD degree. So please, this is really like a resource for you. Ask questions through all the sessions, and so we can best answer and tell you a little bit more about who we are. So our graduate program has actually students work in very different research areas. The range, you can look more like in the website at our institute, from cancer to regenerative medicine through degenerative diseases. And we utilize a variety of research tools that range from molecular and cellular biology, animal models, and also computational biology and AI. So really like a very comprehensive set of research skills that allows actually to answer questions, and student and faculty work together to actually improve knowledge, with the overall goal of developing in the future, contributing to the knowledge for developing therapeutics for human diseases. So really like understanding to be able then to utilize that expertise to improve human disease. And so, and our research here at the Institute is very interdisciplinary, and so there are a lot of collaboration. And you will see throughout the session that there is a strong community here, from students to alumni to postdocs and faculty. And so feel free to ask questions about that, because you want to be in an environment in which you can thrive and is ideal and work for you. So these are just a few words for me to actually welcome all of you. And now I'm going to give it to Alex, Associate Dean of Admission, who's going to say a few words.
Thanks, Alessandra. Hi, hello, everyone. My name is Alex Colas. I'm the Associate Deans of Admissions. So I'm in charge of organizing the admission process. I'm from France. I did my PhD in France and then joined the Institute a little more than 15 years ago now, and where I've been a PI for about 10 years. So we're excited to welcome you as a new cohort for this year. A few words about the admission process. And maybe the profile of students we're looking for, and it's what the few words I'm going to say may forget a few aspects, so feel free to ask questions as needed. So we're really looking for motivated students that are really passionate about science, that really want to make be part of great discoveries that are made at the institute. So we're very excited to look for these type of students. We tend to favor students with previous lab experience, 1 or 2 year experience, prior experience is preferred. Of course, for those that have a computational biology backgrounds, this is a different, but different profile. But for those that are interested in wet lab positions, it's definitely desired. As you may know, we are a direct admit school, so which means that there are no rotations. So therefore, you will be directly working for the PI that you have selected and agreed to work with. Therefore, it is very important during the admission process to reach out to the target PIs that you might be interested in working with, and develop a relationship as early as you can, as it is to be able to be admitted at the grad school. You will need a PI that will guarantee, that will want to onboard you. I will also mention that so we are recruiting both wet lab and computational lab students. So our admission committee is contains several PIs that have expertise in both fields. So we're very excited to, as you may know now, with the progress of AI and computational biology, we're recruiting more and more students with this profile. So we're very excited to increase the cohort of students with this type of profile. I think I'll keep it at that. Keep it simple so I don't overload with the information. And I think those are the main things. Happy to take questions, quick questions if you need. And regardless, Sarah and Alessandra and others will have probably the answers as well. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Sacco and Dr. Colas. So yeah, we'll actually have a little bit of time after the PhD program overview. If you do have questions, you can ask them then. Okay, great. So thank you to both of our deans. As you can see, they're both very involved in the graduate school, and they're a great support for our graduate students. For the remainder of this session, I will go through some slides I've prepared to share about our program a little bit more, some highlights that we all touched upon. You don't have to take notes. I will send a PDF copy of these slides, but you can if you want to. But also you can just listen and engage. All right, so let's start with our mission. So Sanford Burnham Prebys conducts world-class collaborative biological research, and we translate its discoveries for the benefit of patients. But also, we educate the next generation of scientists to continue our work in improving human health. That's where you all step in as prospective students. You are a part of that next generation that our institute is training. I also want to touch upon where we're located. So this is a very cool visual. This is from Biotech Careers. You can look them up afterwards. They track US biotech companies, organizations, other institutions like ours. The color is related to the amount of, like, the volume of organizations in these areas. So you could see pink is the highest volume. San Diego's right there, right in the south of California. But you can also see Northern California, East Coast. There's also quite a few biotech and biology organizations there as well. But if we zoom in just a little bit, that's where we are. So for those of you not from Southern California or the United States in general, this is where we are. So there's San Diego. We're actually located up north in La Jolla. So if you're familiar with UC San Diego, we're down the street from them. And also I will share a lot of other biotech companies. We actually call it the Mesa, and I'll explain that in the next slide. But for those of you interested in biotechnology, pharmaceuticals, research in general, in your future career, the life science industry here in San Diego County is among the strongest in the nation. So yes, once again, SoCal, Southern California, we're well known for our beaches. This is local. This is Torrey Pines. We're not too far away from this, actually. We could walk if we wanted to. You know, it's very beautiful. You can see the ocean skyline from our institute, but we also are called the Biotech Beach because, once again, we have some of the top biotech and pharma companies, including global leaders. So you can see there like Lilly, for example, and other startups. So this area is where we are located, right there. I've highlighted it. We're right next to UC San Diego. Once again, handful of biotech companies, pharmaceutical companies mentioned here, but remember there's over 1,000 that call San Diego their home. So we're right in the middle of it. Okay, you're mostly here to learn about the program, and I really want to condense it down to 3 great reasons why you should join our program. So first off, personalized curriculum and small class size. So we have a very unique approach to our curriculum. In terms of it, there are 6 core courses. That's during years 1 and 2. The rest of your credits actually will come from faculty taught tutorials that you get to choose. So these are taught by our faculty and cover a wide range of topics, and you get to choose that research topic. But what's really cool about this is you have a chance to directly learn from faculty about a specialized research area. It could range from the hallmarks of aging to making sense of protein structures. So that's the really cool part, and that's why we call it personalized. You also, of course, have your research, you're in lab, you have lab activities. We have a student-led data club where students share their research, figures, they get feedback not only from their peers, all of our students attend this data club, but also from deans and other faculty. We also host workshops specifically designed for graduate students in professional development, career development. I'm going to talk about that more in a minute, but once again, super personalized. You get to choose a lot of these things. Very, very unique. Because we are a smaller program, we have smaller courses. What does that mean? The deans touched upon this. Our community is really tight knit. We're very close. We have about 56 students in our program currently, and there's a huge advantage to that. So those tutorials that I mentioned, so remember, bunch of topics you can choose. There's over like 15 of them. It's usually just you and like 2 other grad students, maybe at the most, depends how popular the tutorial is. So once again, you directly get to connect with the faculty with that. The tutorials have 2 sessions. They're about 2 hours, separated at least by 1 week, just to allow you to complete an assignment, read a paper, maybe have a project. Also, we are small and have a really, really core community, which allows us to do things like retreat. We have a graduate student retreat every single year. So that means our grad students, all the way first years, all the way, right? They get to present and gain valuable feedback all together from their peers and faculty. So here's a picture from last year's retreat. We had poster sessions, we had flash talk presentations, we had workshops, professional development. We actually had a really cool faculty-led workshop on like design, like of figures and slides, very helpful. And at the bottom there, you can see after our poster sessions and flash talks, we actually have that feedback being collected. And we have awards. We hand out awards for the best flash talk, best presentation. So you can see pictured down there our winners from last year's retreat. Beautiful. Okay, aside from courses, we do have co-curricular programs for our grad students, all stages of your career. So we have support in professional development, lots of writing in grad school. So we include things like manuscript writing, fellowship, presentation skills, a thesis writing workshop. That all goes along with your curriculum, right? Very, very helpful. We also this year, and previous years, had a drug discovery series, so that kind of goes over the business side of science and helps people understand like what drives industry, what drives companies, commercialization of research. So even if you're not sure, you're like, I don't know if I would do academia or research, a lot of our professional and career development covers both. Speaking of career development, we do have workshops that focus on preparing students beyond grad school. So, from your first year as a PhD student to your last, maybe you're getting ready for a postdoc. You want some leadership training. You need to find some brand new career paths for biomedical PhDs. You want to see what's out there, networking opportunities. These are just a handful of events that I chose to highlight, but there are events going on the entire year. And I have a photo actually. So we have a science network, it's SBPSN, but they get together and they do industry site visits. So these are going on the whole year. I promise you, joining the grad school, you're always going to be doing something, whether that's inside or outside the lab. Okay, so we talked about our community, talked about the curriculum. Let's move on to another unique aspect of our program, joining a lab. The deans talked about it, direct admit program. What does that mean? When we say we're a direct admit program, what that means is we don't have rotations. During the application cycle, you will identify a mentor in the application. So as you're filling out your application, you should be reaching out to our faculty. You should be connecting with them, seeing what's aligning. Does your research interests align? We really want you to find the best fit. So all students admitted into the program are matched with the faculty mentor. So it's key that you engage with them early, like at our open house. So you made it. You've already done almost the first step. That's great. It's not intended to limit you. It just means you're guaranteed you get to work with who you want to work with. So I want to show this great picture. We had a student graduate, I believe last year, Ryan. And so from the beginning, his first day, this is a first day picture, to the very end of his PhD journey. So that is his thesis defense day with all of his faculty mentors and his chairs. So they are there for you the entire time. Once again, highlighting this close-knit community. So since you're joining a lab from day one, that can lead to a faster track to graduation. So our program's track to graduation is shorter than the national average. So right now, our average is about 4.8 years. Let me show you the national average. Keep in mind, this is biological, biomedical PhD degrees. On average, it's about 6.4 years. Once again, this is because we don't have rotations. Literally day one that you step onto our campus as a graduate student, you are working in your lab. Here are some other graduate schools here or programs here in San Diego. So once again, UCSD, they have 6.6 years, Scripps Research, 5.3 years. So yes, when you start in the lab, day one, you can have a faster track to graduation. What's another benefit for our students that join the program is you start your thesis work right away. Students have the option to publish, and our students are publishing. So I just want to draw your attention here. In that first graph, I have number of publications on the y-axis, x-axis, the years from 2018 to now. So currently, 2025, we have about 16 publications so far, but also I want to draw your attention to the next graph. So that is impact factor, journal impact factor. So if you don't know what that means, it just means if, let's say, a journal has an impact factor of 10 or higher, it's considered remarkable. It's considered great. 1 to 4 is good, but it all depends on the field. So I will give you an example. Nature is a very prestigious journal. They do cover a lot of different research areas. Their impact factor in 2024, so last year, was 48.5. So that's a really, really good example. And just to say, our students do publish in Nature. They publish in Cell. They publish in the New England Journal of Medicine, and they publish in Science. So this is just like a snapshot, but yes, our students do publish. Okay, great. Let's move on to our last reason you should join: competitive annual stipend and benefits. So we know that your journey to get a PhD can be challenging. We don't want you to worry about paying for it, so we do offer a competitive stipend. In 2026, it will be $51,500. This can cover living expenses, but I will say we also have a 10% merit-based supplement available. You also receive funds every year. These funds are only for educational purposes. So anything you need for your education or the program, so like a membership fee to something, a textbook. I'm just kidding. Nobody uses textbooks anymore, but all of our grad students do have this available. Also, all of our students receive the same healthcare benefits as our grad school team, faculty, and that includes things like medical, dental, vision benefits, discounted gym we have nearby. There are no student fees, which is great. And then lastly, I can't highlight this last point enough. In a city, if you know, in a big city, free parking. Free parking is free. Parking is free on our campus. It's such a scarcity in a city like San Diego, so a very, very big benefit. Okay, so yes, we have time. So we do have time. We have our deans here. We have some team members from the graduate school. If you have any questions, please feel free, put them in the chat. If they are really in-depth admissions questions, you can hold off till the end. We'll have a admissions Q&A that's 30 minutes, whereas right now we have about 5 or 6 minutes. So yeah, if you have any questions, put them in the chat. Also feel free, you can unmute, you can ask your question. That also is totally fine.